What's going on, guys? Brandon here, Legacy Group Real Estate Team. We have your February 2020 Insiders Update. It's a special one. It's an important one, and it's something that it's very pertinent, obviously, for the times we're in. We've been talking about this for years now. If you guys have been following us at all over the last 5 years, all the content we've been putting out, a lot of it has had to do with this, especially on the Insiders Report. So this really section of our content is something that is near and dear to my heart because it's the most important thing, I think, as someone that's a provider for my family, taking care of your family, making sure you're in the right place at the right time, etc. This is super important. The Insiders Reports have really been kind of my baby over the last 5 years. We've been doing them just because they are so important, and they really are the 30,000 macro level view of what's going on in the market and how the market, basically affects your life and all of our lives, right? So there's obviously some big things going on right now. Obviously, we are nearing the end of this week, which has been one of the most disastrous weeks in terms of stock market and paper assets on record. And really, it's kind of interesting because gold, silver haven't jumped really much. Crypto is actually down in general, stuff like that. Gold and silver kind of stayed even. So we're seeing manipulation in the markets as we have now for a while, and especially in the gold and silver market. However, there is some interesting stuff, I think, coming down the pike. And again, stuff we've kind of talked about forever, truthfully. And we knew these days would come. Maybe this blows over. Who knows? I mean, maybe this blows over. Next week, it's just back to the usual. I mean, we'll see. However, I think the coronavirus fears are definitely here to stay, at least for a little bit, just because of the way the climate cycle, stuff like that plays out. If it was getting warm really soon, then obviously that might dry up faster. But we still possibly have some time where this is going to linger. It's going to spread. We're seeing more cases throughout the different countries in the world. So this is going to play an important part. And really, it is very sad, obviously, for the people that are dying or affected. We're seeing a lot of the older people that are affected right now, and with respiratory issues, things like that. But this is going to wreak havoc in the markets, and that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing this really wreaking havoc in the markets, and the market being scared of what's to come. And it's really because of things like Korea and China quarantining people, shutting down schools, work, etc. So things aren't getting done, and that's why we're seeing a lot of the fears, because a lot of the bigger companies in America have said, hey, the forecast could be half of what we were thinking of, stuff like that. Because if you've seen any of the pictures, you're out in the ocean where the different freight lanes and shipping lanes, they have just ships everywhere, just sitting there, just idle, and just acres, and I should say miles square, miles and miles and miles of ships just sitting in places and waiting to see what's going on. And so there's freight, there's cargo, there's food, obviously. There's all these different things that aren't being shipped around the world, or they're being halted, or it's very slow that normally would be otherwise. So I don't claim to be some expert in coronavirus and what's going on there at all, by any means. But these are just some of the things I've been seeing, some of the things I've been picking up, and obviously the markets are reacting accordingly to what really economically people see coming. And again, hopefully this, as a health concern, that should alleviate hopefully sooner rather than later. However, it does have a huge economic impact, and with us being such a global society now, remember, 20 years ago, 30, 50 years ago, we weren't so global. It was just a few countries that, if one country went down, maybe the other ones would dip a little bit, but the rest of the world wasn't affected. So now, because we're so global, there's so many emerging countries now, there is a global impact with what's going on. So something to think about, and that's why we're seeing such a steep drop-off in some of the markets and stuff like that, because things are so global, and things have, historically, if things were happening in, say, an emerging country, it wouldn't, you wouldn't see a sell-off maybe as big or as steep, or you wouldn't see as many issues. But because everything is so interconnected, that's why we're seeing some of that. So again, something to really be prepared for. Again, this is something that everyone. This is just common sense. This is the things that every family should be prepared with. Just some food storage, a couple weeks of that. Some money saved up for a few weeks, the very minimum. 2 weeks. I think the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, just came out and said that this week. I think that's what kind of got a lot of people up in arms. I believe it was Wednesday or yesterday, and everyone was talking about that, and they were just, kind of put out some guidelines. But again, whether it's natural disasters or sickness or the economy collapsing or an EMP or a solar flare taking out the electrical grid, you should definitely have some things. And again, we've talked about some of these things, the 5Gs, things like that. We've talked about that over time as to what you should have on hand, what you should be prepared with for whatever life throws at you, right? So again, something super important to think about, to know about, how it's going to impact you. Really, probably most of you economically, whether your school shut down, your kids aren't going to school, or maybe you're out of work for a week or two, whatever it may be. And again, it's going to be an interesting, next couple weeks, next month or two, just to see what happens. But again, be prepared physically at home. Hopefully most of you are prepared or have been preparing already just for anything. I mean, who would have seen this coming, right? So just being prepared for things like this, any natural events or man-made events as well, and being prepared. I mean, really 2 weeks, maybe even 4 weeks. If you can do 4 weeks, that'd be great. If you can have, the food storage and maybe some extra gas at your house, whatever it may be, so that you can be prepared. And again, now I put myself on the spot with the 5Gs. There's something to always be thinking about, but it's guns, grub, gold, gas, and I never can remember all five. We're going to put, water's in grub, but I don't know. We'll think of it. But anyway, you get the picture. Water is in here. So water, food, obviously some gold and silver, gas, guns. We'll think of that one. But anyway, the whole point is I wanted you to see that, and that way it was something simple to remember, right? So the fears, obviously, that, knowing that, being prepared here. Market collapse, obviously, is yet to be seen. We'll see what happens. Obviously, not a good week if you're in paper assets. And again, something we've been railing on for years is to not just be in paper assets. Whether you have, a 401k or an IRA, pensions, there's a lot of, retirement, any retirement stuff, 529s, you name it. I mean, there's so much of our economy is tied up into Wall Street now, and you have to be diversified. You have to have other asset classes. That's just one asset class. And we've been talking about that for years too, right? There's 4 asset classes. There's business, there's paper, which is, like we just said, that's the equities market, that's the stock market, and really bonds as well. So stocks, bonds, that's the paper market. It's all paper, right? 529, 401k, pension, stuff like that. Commodities, which are gold and silver, and food, water, things like that. So those are the commodities. And then real estate. So being in real estate obviously is huge, and we're going to talk about some alternatives down here in a little bit, or in a moment. But then again, where is your money, right? So if the market collapses, where is your money? Is it in just this asset class? Is it in just paper? Or is it in just stocks and bonds? Hopefully it's maybe in some of the other things. Are you investing in a business possibly? Are you investing in gold and silver, stuff that's very cheap right now to buy, very easy to buy, and truthfully, you can probably put crypto up here too, to be honest. That really is a 5th asset class that's emerging in a way. So do you have some other things that you are diversified in? People talk about being diversified, but they really just usually talk about being diversified in the paper asset class: stocks, bonds, mutual funds, 401ks, IRAs. But that's all the same asset class. That's the secret they don't tell you. That is just one asset class. So do you have any rental real estate? Do you have an apartment complex you own, or a duplex, or a single family home you rent out? Can you rent out your home maybe? Can you rent out rooms of your home? Commodities, like I said, gold and silver, do you have that? And are you making sure that you are diversified in some way? So where is your money? That's a huge thing to obviously ask yourself. Getting prepared up here, like we talked about, and then getting prepared down here. Are you prepared for what's coming, whether it's coronavirus or whether it's something else that we may run into? And then alternatives. This is really the last thing, and this is going to drive me insane if I can't think of the 5Gs. I do this like every time. But alternatives. So we are heavy, obviously, into real estate. We, help people buy real estate. We invest in real estate ourselves. That's what our firm does. We help sellers either do a couple things. We help them sell retail if that's the best option for them, or maybe we the best option is to buy your home right there on the spot, buy it cash right there, quick close, and they're off to the races. Or maybe it's partnering with the seller, joint venturing with them, whatever it may be. So there's many options that a seller has that, you know, traditional realtor or someone else is not going to be able to tell you. They don't have all the options. They don't have all those arrows in their quiver, right? So we want to be able to give people options. So we are heavy in real estate. We have really all of these things. We have a little bit of all this because we want to be diversified in everything. Because it's interesting, when you see the market going down, you see other things going up, which is the point of being diversified, truly diversified. So where are you? What do you have? And we're always looking for money and currency, I should say. We're always looking for paper currency to go invest, and whether it's to help other people invest, or maybe they have money that's sitting in this asset class right here and they want to go diversify. They want to actually truly diversify and go put it into, say, real estate, and they want to go make money, make an 8, 12, 15, 20, 30% return on their money, instead of just sitting there and collecting 0.01% return in their money in their bank account or in their IRA or 401k or whatever it may be. So, you know, where is your money at? And then the alternatives, like I said, we're always looking for money because we're always trying to invest in something else and put our money somewhere else and park it somewhere else. You know, the one thing I learned from Robert Kiyosaki is that there's the velocity of money, that the wealthy always have their money moving. It's constantly moving. They never have it parked in one place for too long because they're constantly searching for that next investment, the next place where they can go invest and put their money and make a really good return, right? And in the bank account, you can't make a great return. It's impossible right now. So, you know, 30, 40 years ago, that was the case, but now it's not. So where are we putting our money? Okay, are we taking it out of paper? You might have penalties or taxes you got to pay if it's in some retirement plan. But is it better with you having control of your money and making a larger return than sitting and waiting on it for 5 more years, 10 more years, 20, 30, 40 more years? That's up to you to decide. But like I said, we're always looking for people because we're always running out of money. We come into money and then we run out of it. We come in because we're always investing in something else. So we're always looking for partners. We're always looking for people to invest and help them grow their assets and help them grow their investable asset base. And so we're always looking for people to partner with. We're always looking for people to help them grow their net worth, help them grow their asset column. And that's what we do. That's what my team does. Like I said, we help sellers sell either retail, because sometimes that's the best thing to do. We find off-market properties, we find off-market deals, because obviously this market, there's not a lot of inventory. And the prices, the things that are out there, the prices are high. So we find off-market deals. We use our time and our energy and resources to find off-market properties. That way we can then, like I said, help investors. You know, we can grow our own portfolio, or we can help other lenders or investors grow their portfolio. So this is my plea to you to say, hey, if you know anyone or if you yourself are looking to diversify, truly diversify and get into more than one asset class and not just be diversified in one asset class, then, you know, please message me. Please reach out to me and see how we can grow together and really grow our asset base together. So we find lots of properties, and we can't always take them all on because we are looking to grow our lending base. So, and at the same time, we don't always, just like you might not want to always deploy all of your capital, we don't want to deploy all our capital either, because we have to run a business as well. So, we're always looking for money. Always. Currency, I should say. Sorry. Money is gold and silver. Currency is paper dollars. So, my team, we're always looking for currency to go then invest in intangible, hard assets, rental real estate. So it's a lot of single family rentals, could be small multifamilies, it could be apartment complexes, whatever it may be, whatever we're running into, we are then going and investing in that. And like I said, we have private money lenders that you could speak with, and they can vouch for us, but that's what we're looking to do. That's what we're looking to grow. And what better time to do that than a time like now, and think about that. Like I said, it's something to think about and ponder about. And like I said, if you have more questions, message me. We have packets we can send out to people that kind of show the process and what we do. And that's our Insiders Report for today. So I hope that was somewhat informational. I'm gonna have to go put this in the comments later, because that's gonna bug the hell out of me, and I'm gonna, of course, probably, I'll find it in 3 seconds or remember it as soon as I come over here and shut the video off. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. It's the most important thing we have is our time. So I appreciate you more than anything, tuning in always for 5 years now and watching our videos, watching our content, all the feedback we've got for years. We really appreciate it. We're excited to really add this new element, 2020 and beyond here, to roaring 20s, because great crisis really brings great opportunity for those that are prepared and those that are willing to make educated investments, take educated risks, right? So that's what we're looking forward to doing in 2020, is doing a lot of that in really this decade, taking a lot of people and helping us all get wealthier and build up together. That's what it's going to do. So, we can only do so much ourselves. We have to partner with someone like you. We have to partner with others who are looking to grow, and that's what we're looking forward to doing. So I appreciate you guys. Let me give you one more crack at this. 5G. 5Gs. Of course, I do not remember. We have to rename it the 4Gs because I can never remember. I think it's always a different one though. Oh man, someone I know, comment, and we'll put it in here. We're putting God in there because that works. It's the most important of all. There we go. Appreciate you guys more than anything, your time, retention, your energy. Like I said, it's the most important asset we have. Out of all these assets, your time is the most important. So appreciate it so much. Like I said, all the feedback, the attention, the love, we appreciate it so much. We look forward to growing with you. Great times of crisis and panic really create massive opportunities. Massive opportunities. So we look forward to speaking with you. We look forward to helping you. And at the very least, we look forward to just having a talk and helping to educate. So appreciate you guys more than anything, and we'll see you on the next one.